Hey, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Wide Family Farm. Today, we have a big topic to talk about, and I'm excited to talk to you about it. This is the accountability on Friday mornings. How's everybody doing today? Good? I hope you are. I got a person in here already, so let's see if we can get a couple more people. Hey, Heritage Heart Homestead, how are you doing today? Don't forget, everybody, that we are now selling CBD products. You can check that out at the top of the screen. There is a link there for you to follow. I realize that, that everybody has a different way of discomfort and stuff like that. So going on over there and check that out and read up on some of the products that they have to offer. They have coffee, they have oils, they have all different kinds of stuff, rubs, and I know for experience that the CBD has really helped me. I didn't. I've been up since 10. I got up at 10. That's my accountability. I've been getting up. So I got up at 10, whether I was tired or not, and fed my son. He got a banana, some Cheerios, some milk. And I haven't ate anything yet because I'm still trying to wake up. It's been an hour later. But I am up nonetheless, aren't I? So I would like to thank everybody for coming out. The big topic today is talking about saying no. Yeah, say no. How many of you have experienced where somebody is constantly pushing something in your face? I know I speak from experience, but I'm also not very good at saying no. How are you guys on that? I'm not good at it. I've been up a while too. I look like I just got up too. Yeah. Yeah. The struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real. I was up really late last night. I don't think I went to bed till 4 a.m. We did a really late live last night, and it was so much fun. We laughed. I laughed so hard. It was so funny. And we did a late live with Uncle Al, and Uncle Al kept saying, he's like, oh, it's getting to be about 3 in the morning on the East Coast. They're starting to lose it, and we kind of were. That's the funny part, is we kind of were. So oh, sleep can come when I'm dead, I guess, as they say. But so let's see if we can get some more people in here. If you guys have a community page or if you have a Facebook page of some sort, share us out. Now, let's see. Hey, Rebel Canners, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Now, let me tell you a little bit of something here, okay? I have a mother next door, and I absolutely love my mother. However, she is horrible at bringing stuff over here. Horrible at it. I don't mind that she brings food over here, right? But what I do mind is that she brings over cookies and cakes and chips and snacks. That I do mind. Hello, Sarah Boss. How are you doing today? It's good to see you this morning. Hope you are lively. Hello, we're starting to get some people in here. Let's get some coffee in us. Coffee. Yeah, we need it. I know I need it. After this, I'm going to try my CBD coffee that I'm selling through HempWorks. Try it. I want to see how you guys like it too. I am going to be trying the coffee with chaga. Oh, I'm so glad, Ginger Ninja. This is supposed to be an unhappy live, but I'm also holding you accountable, as you should be holding me accountable. Okay, how many of you have been stuck in an experience where you just can't say no? That the temptation there is just too hard to handle. And I speak from experience. I hadn't had, up until yesterday, I hadn't had any like sweets or anything like that because we hadn't had it in our house, and I hadn't had any chips or anything like that. So my mom comes over, right? And she brings these chocolate blob things with like buttercream in the center. And then she drops off this little bag of veggie crackers things, right? And I'm like, I hadn't had it in such a long time. So I'm like, I did, however, didn't have too many of the chocolate blob things. However, my temptation though is chips. I freaking love any kind of chip or cracker or anything like that. That's why I really love that those peppers with the cream cheese and the everything bagel mix, because it just, oh, we lost somebody. Cream cheese mix with the everything bagel mix, because it tastes kind of like a potato chip. It has that savory, crunchy taste that everybody loves. However you eat that, it's good for you. It's really good for you. So test that out. It's little bell peppers with cream cheese and the everything bagel mix. Yes, the kids I just had for 2 weeks. It was extremely difficult and stressful, but I did it anyway. Yep. Yes, it is very difficult. And my son lately he's been pretty good, but before that, he's just been screaming his head off. It's been horrible. And I think he's teething or going through terrible twos or something like that. So it's just like, you know, totally understand. So how many of you, I'm going to share my link in the chat. How many of you have been struck by temptation as when you are trying to lose weight? And how many of you lately have been feeling unmotivated? You are not alone. The weather has not helped around here, and particularly the weather around the country. When it's cold out, people don't feel like moving around and feel like doing stuff, you know? So come on up here and share your experiences. Yeah. We all need a little motivation in our lives, don't we? I can tell you that. I need some coffee in myself for sure. How many of you guys have switched up your diet a little bit? I know I have. I'm adding more vegetables in my diet. I actually just finished off a bag of frozen vegetables. The California mix, broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower. Let's see, what else have you guys been doing? Yes. If you guys haven't checked it out, yesterday, Howie went live for 24 hours for Earth Day. It was really cool. I could be there in the morning for a little bit, and it was awesome. Hey, Nana's Menagerie, thank you for coming up. I put the link in the chat. I just want you guys to share your experiences a little bit and talk about your experiences with saying no. How hard is it for you to say no to foods? It's tough. If you can come on up, you can talk about it. You do have to show your face in the backstage so I know it's you. But yeah, so it's been tough, and it's really hard when my mom, she's like, you know, skinny and, you know, and has good genes and all of that. And so she can eat pretty much whatever she wants whenever she feels like it. I, on the other hand, am 5 foot tall and do not have that luxury. So, you know, yeah, it's tough. It's tough, Nana. How many times have you said no to food? How many times? Yeah, it's tough. I know I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty. I think everybody is, but like, especially, it seems like it's worse psychologically when you're trying to change your healthy eating habits. I wouldn't say that you're on a diet, because diets are not meant to be on forever. You don't want to be on a diet forever. However, you just want to change your choices. Like how he had yesterday, he had grapes, right? He was eating grapes. Grapes are so freaking good for you. You could have, if you freeze them, they make a really, really even better snack. You kind of have that feeling like you're eating ice cream because they're frozen. Yep. All the time. It's tough. Oh, thank you, Heritage Our Homestead. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, so I put the link in the chat if you want to come up and share your experiences. If you don't, that's okay too. It's no big deal. Yeah, I don't know. Frozen grapes and bananas. Yeah. You know what's really good? If you guys want like a really good healthy snack, is a banana mashed up. Really good. If you do that, it kind of has that consistency of ice cream. You know what I mean? It kind of tricks your mind. What other foods are tricking your mind? I was watching in the kitchen with Karen this week, and she did a lot of dishes with cauliflower. And that tricks your mind as well, you know? You're eating healthy, but it kind of tastes like rice. You know, you're switching things out. Oh, okay, Sarah Boss. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's really tough to stay motivated, but I'm holding you accountable. Where are my accountability people this morning? Where's Lady Casca? Where's my peoples at? It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. And it's been really tough lately because of everything that's going on, isn't it? It has been, you know. You can't really go anywhere. You don't want to leave the house because you have to wear a mask. Stuff like that. So it makes it harder for you. Yeah. Harder to stay motivated to keep moving. And there for a while, you couldn't even go into a gym. So that makes it even worse, you know. But you can go to parks. You know, you can do that, walk around your property, go to parks, walk down the street. Hopefully you can walk down the street. My old neighborhood, not so much. I wouldn't be walking down the street. But I don't know, something to think about. So they're asleep. I'm paying attention. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I understand. I didn't want to get up. You know, in my head, I was thinking, maybe I don't have to do this morning. Maybe I can just cancel it. I can't cancel it. It's accountability. I can't cancel this. I can't cancel it unless something seriously happens and I have to take my son somewhere or I have to do something for the house. Go to a doctor or something, you know. I can't cancel this. People are depending on me. So if you want to come up, you want to talk about healthy foods, healthy food alternatives, we can do that. You know, something to think about. My stomach is so growling right now. And I was trying to determine what I was going to have for breakfast. But I definitely am going to have that CBD coffee. I want to test that out for sure. Today will be the day. I'm trying to do it every Friday morning. It depends on what I have going on in my life. But yeah, usually Friday mornings at 11, I'm going to start doing this accountability talk and hopefully encourage people, you know, to stay healthy and keep moving. It's not really diet talk, I wouldn't say. It's not really about that. It's just like healthy food alternatives and starting to, you know, just be a little healthier. And we can go into other things as well, herbal remedies, stuff like that. Yeah, you have to. You have to tell yourself to just do it. Just get up and do it, right? Hey, Kentucky Patriot. Thank you for coming in. You are awesome for being here. How was your accountability? Where's Doc P at? Doc P usually tells me his steps for the week. What were your steps this week? I know mine weren't great. I wasn't about to go outside. I understand that. I'm not going out there in the freezing cold. So, oh, okay, Nana. I get it. Ginger Ninja, I do too. Even after the live here last night, I still couldn't sleep, so I decided to watch some more YouTube. Oh, thank you, Ginger. I know. What's up with that? I know my husband was talking about mowing the grass. So, and I got a lot of work to do around here too, as well. So, oh my God, last night I washed 9 dozen eggs. We got so many eggs. Nana, I hope you guys can come visit tomorrow because we got eggs for you, honey. We got them. We got eggs. We got stuff for you. I don't know what time you guys can come out, but I hope you can because it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. So, what all have you guys been doing to keep motivated, huh? I want to thank Howie for coming in here. Thank you, Howie. I don't need 8 cartons. No, I got thousands of them on my back porch. So you just bring yourself. Most times I get full listening to people talk about food at my age. I wish that was the case with me. Oh, not me. How many of you can say no? That's the question of the day. How many of you can say no? I can't say no sometimes. It's tough, especially when you have food being pushed in front of you. It's tough. It's psychological. It really is. Okay. Sounds good, Nana. I hope it's going to be good weather on Saturday. Oh, you're so nice, Howie. You're a sweetheart. Yeah, I think it is too. Maybe like we need a different approach to that. Instead of saying no, you can't have that. How about you can have that every once in a while? Or would that just mess you up? And think, well, I can have this every once in a while. Yeah. Hello, Heaven's Essentials. Thank you for coming in. Yes, we grow organically here as well, and we absolutely love doing it. A lot of fun, and even the bugs sometimes, even though they get on my nerves, it's fun in the summertime. There's nothing better than being able to go out to your garden and pick something right there, then and there, and eat it because you didn't put anything on it. Dr. Prepper. I like peas and I like Brussels sprouts. Those are really good. Now artichokes, I could probably say no to. I mean, let's face it. The only time artichokes are really good is when they're in that cheese dip with the spinach. Oh, I love Brussels sprouts, especially if they're cooked the right way. You kind of smash them a little bit and put them in the oven. Put some spices on top of them. They're good. It tastes just like cabbage. Pretty good. Hey, Citizen Guardians here. Yeah, for real. Thank God it's Friday. Okay, so we talked about different food alternatives, and we also talked about just saying no. What are some things that you guys can't say no to? And if so, if you can't say no to it, what are some other healthy food alternatives? Okay, like say for instance, I can't say no to cheeseburgers. I love cheeseburgers, right? But if you eat a cheeseburger without the bun, it's better for you. You don't put ketchup on it. You find some other alternatives. And then you still get what you want to eat, and you can still taste what you want to eat, but it's not near as full of calories and carbs and all that stuff for you. Yeah, cheeseburgers without the bun. You know what, though? Oh, I can't say, yes, I love tacos. However, you can do a taco salad. That would be good. You could put some black beans on there, or you could use your own low carb. I've been using those low carb tortillas. You can totally use those. And I just made the other day, I made a pizza on the low carb tortillas. Hey, KK, thanks for coming in. Oh, thank you. That's nice of you. Yeah, ice cream is really hard to say no to, especially in the summertime. It's really hard to say no to that. I really liked using those low carb tortillas and making pizza out of them, because when you can't have pizza, I mean, that's another thing I can't say no to. I love pizza in any form. I like the way it tastes. I just love pizza, right? So when you can make it on one of those low carb tortillas, and then I have fresh dried oregano and basil that I got from the garden, and I can put that on top of it, and it makes a wonderful little pizza. And you don't necessarily have to put pepperoni on it either. You can just put some low sodium or low moisture or mozzarella cheese on the top of it, and it's pretty good for you. You can also do a margarita pizza that way as well. You can cut up some like beautiful tomatoes and put it on top with the little peppers and stuff. And when you make things brighter in color and you make them look really good, it's more aesthetically pleasing too when you're eating it, you know? I have a video on I haven't seen that video, and I watched your videos the other day. I have a video on my taco salad. It has red grapes, pineapple on top. That's pretty cool. That sounds really good. Okay, Howie, thank you for stopping in. Okay, that's all right, Nana. I get it. Thank you. Yep, it is coffee time. Yep. I might be switching these. I realize that this is like super early for people, so I might be switching these to noon if I can, so I can get some more people in here. But yeah. Um if anybody wants to come up, they can. I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah, I'm going to get some people on here to talk about healthy exercises and stuff like that. I haven't had the opportunity to email out yet. So I'm going to email out, and I'm going to get some people on here that can talk about, stretching and exercise. You don't have to do vigorous exercise. If you just stretch every day and stuff like that, or even for a half hour a day. You can just walk for a half hour a day or something like that. You don't have to do vigorous exercises, guys. But yeah, so after last night's activities, Uncle Al kept me up all night. It was his fault. We had such a good time last night. We were laughing, and it was so funny. Having a great time. I went back and checked my view time for that chat, and there was literally like 260 people that saw that live last night. I thought was amazing. You guys are amazing. Yeah. Yeah, we pulled a late nighter last night, Citizen Guardian. We're pretty close. I'm at 800 hours now. So we're trying to get that down, and I'm on a race now to 4,000. So yeah, you did see me a few hours ago. Uncle Allan is cow. That was great. Yeah. Hey Bob, how you doing, honey? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, Uncle Out his cow. That was freaking hilarious, Julie. That was so funny. I laughed so hard, and sometimes you just need that. That is like, laughter is the best medicine, is it not? Like, I was laughing so freaking hard. 800 now. I'm on the race to 4,000. So if you guys can watch some of my videos today, just play them on the side or whatever, while you're doing stuff, I would appreciate you. But I'm trying to get more content out there as well. I have a couple more Shed Wars videos, but this week and next week, I really need to start upping my content and start putting more videos out there. I have a lot going on, so I haven't videotaped it. So yeah, laughter for sure. Yes, it was hilarious, Dr. Prepper. You were laughing so hard. Oh my God. Carol is so like fishes. That girl is funny. She is funny, and we just have such a good time. And I like with my red lips last night, and me moving my lips like that and like stuff like that. It was hilarious. I was laughing so hard. Oh my God. It was so funny. I have the yoga mat, stretch bar, and stretch straps and all that kind of stuff. I do most of my yoga stretching in the garden until winter, though. I don't use the yoga stuff until it's cold. I get it. You want to be outside. Hey, Emily L. But you might consider like maybe making getting some indoor plants or something, and like making a spot for yourself inside your house and doing like meditation and yoga there. Meditation is really good for you. It relaxes you, keeps anxiety down. I used to meditate quite a bit. um I usually don't tell people, but I'm a spiritualist. So my church on Sunday mornings, we would meditate, and they would play like really relaxing music. If you can play some like really relaxing music and you can meditate, it really does. It helps, and it connects you. It connects you with a lot of things. So I would highly suggest doing that. I actually have your videos running on my other channel in the bedroom. You're just sitting there on my daughter's Chromebook. Well, thank you, Q Kitchen and Beyond. I appreciate you. Best indoor plants for your health are Viper's brow strings. Huh, I've never heard of those. Now I'm going to look it up. Give me a second. Bowstrings. I was spelling it wrong. That's my problem. That's my fault. It's early in the morning. Give me a break, y'all. Oh, okay. We call that, I think we call it the snake plant here. Hold on, and I'll share the screen with y'all. My aunt had those in Florida, and they actually bloomed. She was shocked because she got them for herself for, you know, outside and decorations and stuff. And she said they bloomed. But this is what he's talking about. Ah, I lost my mouse. Right here. This right here is snake plant. But there's lots of different types, I guess. Oh, I'm still on Cindy too. Give me a second. That is not my name, guys. That's from last night. Did somebody try to join? I thought I heard. If somebody wants to come up, they can. No big deal. There we go. Wide Family Farm. But yeah, these plants are really awesome. The snake plant is specifically the one that I was telling you that my aunt had and it bloomed, which I thought was really strange. But yeah. If you can find these, you know, make a room for yourself. Make a room for yourself in your house. And just, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go back in the chat, guys. So, Viper's bowstring, yeah. Best indoor plant. Okay. My yoga ball and hanging bar are my go-to fixers. I meditate on the back porch early when it gets quiet. Yeah, that's the best time to do it. It's really hard. Like, I had a really hard time before I started going to my church. I had a really hard time meditating. I had a hard time, like, focusing on just focusing. You know, your brain has so much going on in there, especially when you're working and stuff like that. So I had a really hard time staying focused. And then when I started going to my church and, you know, and early, you know, we would sit there and meditate and listen to that music, and it just would put you in the zone. It would relax you and get you thinking about, you know, nothing. And that's kind of what you need to do. Get those because 32 indoor plants are just not enough. Yeah, they're very common, maybe different name in the US. Yeah. They cleanse the air of toxins. White Family Farm. I went to the link not knowing what it was. Sorry. What link? My CBD link? Oh, hey, Darren, you're joining us from Facebook. Thank you for coming in. My daughter watered it with salt water. She's autistic, so I couldn't be too angry, but I never could get it back to life. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you just need to find like a music, or, you know, a lot of times to meditate too, you need to listen to a story. That's okay. Down under Farm and Forge. You're okay. But sometimes, like, when you listen to a story to meditate, that really helps to listen to a story or think of a story. You know, that's something that's relaxing. Like, I was sitting on the beach. What did the beach look like? What did the ocean look like? You know, like something like that, something that's super relaxing. It does help. But I have this lamp, and I got this lamp going last night and about gave everybody a stroke. It was hilarious. Because it flashes different colors. Look at that. Ooh, there's a little orange in our life. Yeah. So I was having a good time with this last night. Oh, okay. No, the link to the CBD is pinned at the top of this chat. So if you are interested in just browsing or whatever, it's there for you. So it's at the top of the chat. I don't know if I could put it in the chat if they would take it out right now, especially with the way things are going. So I can check. Let me see if I can put it back in the chat for y'all. I don't know. With the way things are going right now, I have no idea what they're doing. But if you can, here's the link to all the products that I'm selling. Yeah, Ginger Ninja does have a channel. Now, I've got about a half hour left, y'all. So if anybody wants to come up, you can do so. I'm going to put the link in the chat again. And if you want to come up, you can. That's fine. Oh, okay. Thank you, Q Kitchen and Beyond. I appreciate you. If you want to just browse over there, that's fine. There's a lot of cool stuff that they have to offer. So I put the link in the link if you want to come up. Okay. Oh, I love you guys. You're so great. I'll turn this off. See, with this is off, it's really dark in here. So maybe I shouldn't turn it off completely. There. Woo. Okay. Yeah. If you go to your filters and only search by channel name, there's several ways to search on Facebook or on YouTube. So if you go and search Ginger Ninja just by channel name, and then you'll see her, like you'll have to go down a little bit ways, but you'll see her sunflower, and then you can click and subscribe. Let me see if I can put her link in the chat. If it doesn't, I don't think it'll erase it. Or she can put her own link in the chat if she wants. I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. I know when you put a link in a chat, they're Uncle Al that cook joined. That is freaking hilarious. Hold on one second, Uncle Al. I'll get you up here. If you search by channel name, and then her sunflower, you'll see her sunflower pop up if you go down a little bit. Let me see if I can find it. My Lord. There's a lot of Ginger Ninjas. There she is. I'm already subscribed. She does have 59 subscribers, so if you want to subscribe to her, cancel. I don't want to unsubscribe. I just want to get your channel. Copy. Let's bring him back up. All right. Whoop, whoop. There he is.
Oops. Look at that. Hi, folks.
Here is the link is in the link.
Yep.
Uncle Al, how's it doing?
Yeah, it's morning, folks.
How are you doing?
Yep. Time to get out your fezzes and wake up the day. No, I got to put the fez away, but Let's see. Okay, Uncle Allan has to lose weight because I did my body index for my doctor's report. I'm 33% overweight, so I'm near obese. And they look at me, but you're supposed to be, blah blah blah. And I like to eat, so I have to give up my first breakfast, which was early in the morning. Couldn't eat that, so I'm having coffee. And on my diet is I get 3 tablespoons of peanut butter for breakfast.
Okay. Well, that's good for you.
Yep, you don't want to know what's my lunch. Not happy.
Oh no, what?
It's a vegetable sandwich.
What?
Yeah, I could do mayonnaise. I could do bread. I could put a whole bunch of vegetables on it. It's like a veggie sandwich they have at Subway.
But no meat?
No meat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not to worry. I eat a normal dinner, so I just eat a lot of it. So I have to cut down to one plate.
Well, can you replace with like protein shakes or something like that or
No, they want me
no?
off of those. I gain weight with those.
Yeah, you have to watch because they are some of them are really good and they taste like a milkshake and then you
Yep.
want to like drink more of them. Mhm. And you
Yeah,
yeah, you'll gain weight.
when you start drinking like Viper's mug, that type, they said no, you got to stop
Yeah.
because I'm dense. My body weight index shows 33%. My weight is 207 pounds. I just don't look fat. When I
No,
step
not at
on this,
all.
I'm 5'6". When I step on the scale, it goes wee, and little
It's the
dots.
damn scale's fault.
Yeah.
For sure. That's
So another way I lose weight is I jug. Well, I used to have a 25-pound kettlebell, but I use a cinder brick and do my exercises with that.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a cheap way of, exercising or whatever and getting it in there. So at least you're
Well,
being active.
it builds strength
Mhm.
because I move up from the hollow one to the solid one. You lift that, it's like lifting a small child. It's more fun when you start tossing it, not the child, the cinder brick.
It cracks me up. But yeah, so you have a hard time saying no to food, right?
I love food. It's
Do you do you get somebody that tempts you in your life?
no,
Anybody
I'm
tempts you with stuff
I'm
you're
the
like,
cook. If I eat their cooking, I'll lose weight for sure. Try it, Uncle Allan. It's new. It's carb free. What is it? It's cauliflower pizza. Where's the tomato sauce? Oh, it doesn't have sauce. It has olive oil, cauliflower baked, and where's the cheese? What cheese? I'm like, okay, basically you're telling me it's burnt cauliflower flattened with drizzle of olive oil and other vegetables on top of it. That's not a pizza.
"Mm."
That's something you learned on TV. They ran over it with a truck.
Have you tried those low carb tortillas? You could totally make a pizza out of that.
Yes, I did.
I
The
don't
tortilla.
know, like I know they make veggie cheese. I've never really had it before. Um, I've seen it little packets of it at the grocery store, and I knew somebody that used to eat it all the time. But I don't know if you could put that on the pizza. But I bought instead of buying pizza sauce, I bought those little Hunt's cans. You know what I
Right.
mean? They're perfect for us and our family. They're about this big, and it's just tomato sauce. Yes, and there's hardly any sugar in
Yep.
this. So I put that on the tortilla and then I use my own spices. I use like my own oregano and my own basil. And then once it's done, it tastes just like a pizza. It's so good. It
Let
really
me
helps with
see.
cravings. Hey, how are
Hey,
you?
not too bad.
What time is it in Australia?
1:47 now.
Oh, okay.
I forget. Uh, at night or in the morning?
Well, it's in the morning now.
Oh, okay.
So you're up on the late night,
Mm-hmm.
like I was last night with Uncle Al.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mr.
so what
Sharp.
do you have trouble saying no to, Darren?
What do I have trouble saying no to?
Mm-hmm. As far as food goes.
As far as food goes, um, custard tarts.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever had. If I had a custard tart in front of me, I'm sure I would eat it. But I've
You
never had
guys
one.
would call it a custard pie.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Yeah,
So that's what I have trouble saying no to.
yeah. I can imagine that would be hard. Yeah, I like any pie or anything like that. I don't make them. If pies were easy to make, I'd be in trouble.
Uh,
No,
it's
they're not
go ahead.
super easy. And I make custard pies.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like savory pies. I prefer the meat.
The meat, yeah.
Uh-huh. And
So you
Jared
like
knows.
mincemeat pies, shepherd's pie, stuff
No,
like
I like the weird pies that nobody eats.
like with the stuff
Eel.
with the kidneys and stuff in it.
Yeah, eel, kidneys. I like the herring pie, but everybody, even in England, people look at me strange. I'll have a herring pie and mint jelly, and they're like, okay, English people don't eat it because it's the pie with the fish sticking out its head out of the pie and the tail, and they're kind of looking at me. No, and they walk away. I'm the only one who eats it. I like it.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't be like if I just had that, I would be skinny because I definitely wouldn't be eating that.
I gained weight. I eat a lot of that eel pie, uh, crab pie, and let's see,
Crab
weeks and
pie.
mussels. I think it's weeks and mussels. I'm not too sure.
Wilkes.
Wilkes, yeah. I
W
eat
I
that in a
L
pie
K.
too.
That's a sea snail.
Yeah, I eat a lot of weird things. That's why I like English food. I like bubble and squeak, and a lot of people looking at me. Okay.
Nothing wrong with bubble and squeak. That's how you use up your leftover mash.
Yep.
Bubble and squeak's your leftover vegetables from the night before, Courtney, and you mix some egg in with it.
You mix
There's
an
even
egg in with it.
Yeah.
yep.
Make it
Interesting.
You
into a
use your
patty with
mash
all that.
and your leftovers vegetables, and you make a little pancake out of it.
Huh.
Of course, I like fresh cabbage in mine, and a lot of people look at me as kind of strange, but
Oh, I love cabbage. I love cabbage salads. Cabbage salads, especially just like a cold cabbage salad with some vinaigrette or something over it. So
yeah.
yummy.
What, like
Citizen
coleslaw?
Guardian just said bubbles and squeak is lovely.
Yes, they have some English history over there too.
You're welcome to join us, Citizen Guardian, if you can. But yeah, so I have this little thing called a mother next door.
Allow that cook joined.
Oh, what happened? We lost you.
Why am I too?
Hold on.
Now
Yeah, you're good now. I fixed it. I have this thing called a mother next door, and she just doesn't get it. She thinks eating healthy is just having a really good meal. You know what I
right.
mean? She doesn't mashed potatoes and gravy and roast and carrots. And, oh, that's good for you. Yeah,
And butter.
that
Everything
makes
with
sense.
butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have
Butter on the
that next door. Yeah.
pie, butter on the mashed potatoes, butter on the roast, butter on
Best life.
bread, butter in the coffee, butter on the dessert. It's like, please stop it with the butter.
Yes. You know, my grandmother, this was horrible. My grandmother used to put butter on the hot dog bun and fry it. and then put the hot dog in it. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine the calorie intake on that.
That's old 50 style cooking.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people in the 60s.
So, yeah. So you have to say no, but it's so hard when, like I said, my mother brings over desserts all the time. It's horrible. I had a giant bag of Easter candy, and the other day I wanted some of it and I couldn't find it. And then I talked to my husband yesterday about it. He's like, I threw it out. I'm like, okay, I understand now. I know why you threw it out, but I still wanted it. Horrible, isn't it? Yeah.
You get used to it. But like I said, good thing your mother's not making whatchamacallit, dessert salads. As a kid, I hated those. It's like, what's in the lime jello?
Oh, I love that.
Oh
My mom
gosh.
would do not cauliflower. Cottage. Sometimes she'd do cottage cheese. I can't do those kind of salads where you put the lime. It's lime jello with cottage cheese, and I'm
What?
just yeah, no.
Who the heck mixes Jello with
It's like
cottage
some
cheese?
kind of dessert, and she made it one time. She's like, "Oh, this somebody gave me this recipe a long, long time ago, and I decided to make it again." And everybody's like, "Oh, what's in it?" They're like cottage cheese, and we're like, and nobody ate it. I felt
Was it
horrible.
someone who didn't like her that gave her the recipe?
I don't know. It was some kind of those desserts. You get those people that put cottage cheese in it. But my mom used to make. It's called cherry fluff, and you use the cherry pie filling, like Cool Whip, a can of crushed pineapple, and a can of condensed milk. And then you mix it all together, and it's like real fluffy, wonderful. I love cherries, so it's like real,
It sounds like a cheap eaten mess.
yeah, it's so
Yeah,
good.
I had lamekins, and that was the worst. They say it's from Australia. Australian people do not eat these. It's a little piece of sponge cake wrapped in chocolate or mayonnaise and covered with coconut shavings.
Mayonnaise?
Yeah, I
What?
know. I
No
have
one
no
puts
idea.
mayonnaise on a Lamington.
I know. It's like, what are the people thinking of? It's supposed to be like chocolate, isn't it?
It doesn't happen. No one puts mayonnaise on a Lamington. That might be an American thing for a Lamington, but no.
Yeah, it's like I
No
thought they put
Australian would ever
chocolate.
put mayonnaise on a Lamington.
I know. I thought they put chocolate on it and coconut
Yes,
shavings.
cocoa. Mayonnaise on a
Ginger
Lamington.
Ninja, there's no telling my mom no. I've told her multiple times that I do not want that in my house.
Which
And
one?
then she insists then that my husband needs it. Well, Dustin needs it. Oh, you can't deprive Dustin. It's difficult living here with her next to me. It really is sometimes. I get frustrated, But I still love my mother, but it gets frustrating
It's
sometimes.
a different time period, It gets hilarious at times, but
Yes, I love those dessert salads too. There used to be this restaurant near us that it was like a pistachio, kind of like a pistachio pudding. It had real pistachios in it and it was green. They call it Irish fluff here, but I don't really know what it's called, what it's really called. You know what I mean? It's like pistachio and there's like limes in it. My
Oh,
God.
the only real dessert salad
Marshmallows.
type thing we have is trifle,
Mm.
which is you get a Swiss roll, so a jam roll,
yeah.
and you slice that up and you dip it in brandy, and that's the outside. And then there's jelly, cream,
Whoa.
and all sorts of layers in it.
Uh-oh. Look who's here.
Yeah.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
How are you doing?
How you guys doing? Are you well?
Yep.
Mm.
Good to
I'm
see you
good for
guys.
you.
Did you break the light?
No, it's not so much. I do have a little ring light that I'll be getting soon, but I'm currently using my webcam light, and it's in the evening here. It's like at 6 o'clock in the evening, so it's just a little bit it's a little bit grainy. I see there on my side as well. It's quite strange. Otherwise, how's your week been, Darren? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. The week's over.
Yeah. No, I didn't say how's your week being. I said how's your week
You
been.
said, how's your week been?
Yeah.
It's good. It's over.
Yes. No, I know.
Week's done for the week.
When I came onto the stream earlier, it's the first thing that I said was TGIF. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing it's Friday.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. It was so weird. It was snowing yesterday, and today my husband's going to mow the lawn. That's how weird this weather is.
Yeah. How many Ohio people are putting that up as a meme on Facebook at the moment?
Yeah.
It's still snowing. And
Isn't that
mowing the lawn at the same time.
Exactly.
Can't decide snowplow or a lawnmower.
Isn't it
Yeah.
a big challenge to do that after the snow, though? To mow the lawn after like a heavy snowfall or something? Isn't the grass and mud and soil underneath there still quite wet?
Yes.
It depends on the ground.
Yeah.
If it's a wet snow, it's muddy. If it's a dry snow, it evaporates.
It all depends on what the weather's like the next day.
Yeah.
If it's like here, okay, it could be snowing and then the next day it'd be 80 degrees. And if that's the case, then you're not going to have that. But
yeah.
That's just the way the weather is.
How's Dustin's channel coming? Is he thinking of creating content soon?
Yeah, he's got content on there. He's got funny
little chicken.
Little baby chickens. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's a dangerous topic, that.
So, there's probably something I'm not aware of yet, Darren.
Yeah, she wasn't happy the other night. He was picking up subscribers, and
yeah, I was just messing though.
His video was going viral.
Yeah, he's got like 1,300 views on his shorts. I can't even get like 30 people to watch my shorts, and then all of a sudden he's like, his first video that he pops out. Like, really? I was
no.
Really?
That's awesome to hear. That's really good. Wow. I need to go check up on that because the last time I saw as well was when he had recently uploaded it. That's great news that his shorts actually worked out like that. That's incredible.
Cracks me up.
Short views are no good though.
Yeah.
They're no good.
Yeah, I know, Darren. I've seen you say before that you won't even watch them. You're not interested at all.
I won't watch them. Plus the subscribers really, they're useless.
Yeah. They're trying to copy, like Darren said.
They're trying to copy other platforms, but like James he picked up 6,500 subscribers off a short, off his Great Dane.
But they don't watch your stuff. They don't want to watch shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing changed in his viewership.
Right. Basically, it's they're trying to copy TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, if you get no money out of people watching shorts, then what's the point in people who are subscribing who just watch shorts?
Right. That's why I haven't did that many, because I was like, I haven't had that many people watching them either, so it wasn't really that worth it to me.
Yeah, it's like the guy in Japan. He did a short on a cat, and the cat was looking into the camera and looking back at the camera. He had over 1 million views in one day. That's just a short,
Yeah, they can be successful, but then the thing is that it really is a neat way to do that. But the only problem is, I hear what Darren's saying as well with the subscribers, because what happens is if you subscribe to a shorts video and you enjoy that specific short, it doesn't really have any element of your persona or your character attached to it. It's not like, it doesn't really, you don't have that same connection to somebody, for example, if you're part of their community where you're like a regular viewer of their content or something like that. It definitely does change up the entire situation.
Yeah, well, like my most successful short, I think it got 33,000.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and it's good, but they weren't watching.
Yeah. They just stick around for the short.
Yeah.
They don't like, yeah. I get it.
Right.
And that's the same thing with Crystal over at Copper Kettle Farms. She got like 10,000 subscribers in a couple weeks, but she's still struggling to get her hours in for monetization because those people aren't watching.
Yeah, and she had
Frustrating.
to cut a heap of her lives. She had to cut the footage out of her lives because she sang on them.
Yeah.
So she's getting pinged left, right, and center for copyright.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think if you were to start out a channel though, and you were to start it out and it was to be one of that your channel was almost based around just very small little videos, because there's different types of channels out there that do obviously different types of content. And sometimes, like, if your aim going into the channel, a lot of us are community based when it comes to our YouTube platform. Like, a lot of us want to have friends and associate with people and form bonds between people, which is why we do what we do, right? Like, it's just nice to have people to chat to, and it's a nice way to teach people things as well, anything that you can teach them. So it's just like, at the same time, it just, I don't know, it is very different. But at the same time, if you wanted your channel to primarily be about that would absolutely be something that could be like enjoyable, you know, or even as a secondary channel if somebody wanted to or something. But going into it, it wouldn't be the same type of community-based YouTube channel that we currently try and work towards, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Bushcraft family.
What's up, Bushcraft family? What's going on?
Hey, Courtney, you had that fangirl moment when I had Terry on my team. Guess who I had comment on a video today?
Who?
Mark from Sustainable Me.
Oh my gosh, you are so lucky. So cool. That guy is awesome. That is so cool.
Yeah, he dropped a comment on a video today. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, I would be fangirling over that for sure. That's so cool. Good for you, Darren.
Yeah, I'm happy. Uncle Allan's the crazy old kook here, so nobody ever watches my stuff. And then later, I had people put on comments, do you know this big channel did the same thing you did 4 months ago and they got it wrong? And that puts a smile on my face because I entertain people and cracks me up. And I was like, yeah, it always happens. Like this one guy on a big channel was doing the solar system of purifying water. And it looked kind of weird because you have to do it in the right kind of temperatures and right kind of system. It will work in South Africa because it's a hot climate. You try that in Michigan, I don't know. So he put dirty water into a bottle after he filtered it and put it on a roof on his house in Michigan so the sun will cook all the germs out of it. You have to hit 212 and for 30 minutes for a boil. And they say, oh no, because the UV light will kill all the bugs and the hot temperature. It only got to 160. So he drank down hot, soupy, dirty water. And he ended up in the hospital for 3 days.
Yeah, that's no good.
Are
No, you could
talking
do
about
that.
Solarization or boiling?
Yeah, you
They're
could
two
do that
different
if you
things.
wrap tinfoil around it or something. You'd have to enhance the sunlight a little more on that. You couldn't just sit something out in the sun and expect, I mean, maybe in the summertime here, but not in the winter. No way. Who's here?
Michigan folks. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? You're joining me.
Ignoring like I am.
There's two of you, Darren.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight.
I wonder if that is, did you do any setting or anything like that? Or is that potentially like somebody that's just using the same name as you?
It's exactly the same as Uncle L jumped up twice.
Huh.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I kicked it from the screen.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, solarization and boiling are two different processes.
Yeah.
On solarization, you've got to filter first before you solarize.
Yeah.
You don't want hot, chunky water.
Sounds great.
Well, as long as it's clean enough. The chunkiness is never really a good thing. You're very right about that. But as long as it's clean enough, even if it does look a little bit murky sometimes as well, it is a lot better than the original water that you potentially put in as well, because so you can get you can just essentially make sure that you're losing a lot of the bad bacteria as well that could be in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I use solarization to get rid of any chlorine out of the water when I use it for my mushrooms.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Because certain plants don't like that.
Yeah, chlorine's horrible for plants. And everybody's seen my garden update video.
City Girl, Country Heart, and Emily L. You're fine about missing my live. It's okay. But we had a lot of fun last night. It was hilarious. We had a good time. Oh, they're calling Uncle Al. They found his missing specimen. But yeah, so yeah, I couldn't drink chunky water. That's I don't know about all that.
The results of his CT are in. They found a brain.
Sorry about that, folks.
It's all good.
Ginger Ninja said Avon was calling.
Nah, it was damn labs. I was yelling at them. It's like I had it on speakerphone and stuff. Good thing it wasn't mic wasn't on, but I have to go in on Monday and fill up another 2 cups. Seriously?
How much urine do you have to give these people? You should only be able to give them 1 cup, not 8.
It's like, well, what happened to the 6 cups? We dropped 2. I'm like, God.
Seriously?
Yeah, they dropped 2.
I would start questioning their practices. I really would. I mean, how many times did they get to do that to you?
I know. It's just nuts. It drives you crazy.
Yeah, nuts drive you crazy.
Oh, we lost Citizen. Don't know what happened.
Yeah. How many times do I have to? I just get, oh, shoot. They're calling me back. Crud. Voicemail this time. Good. I can answer later. It's like
Girl, Country Heart. She said, WTF, do they not know their job?
You didn't read Bushcraft one.
Okay, Citizen Guardian. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Be safe, mate.
It's okay. We'll see you next time.
No, it's like Ontario Prepper when he went to his doctors. He went through roadblocks and police barricades because they're quarantined in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, they have police. We're not letting you through. But I have a doctor's appointment. It's serious. We're not letting you through. So he had to go around his property for 30 minutes onto another side road, through a field, and drive his truck to the doctor's. And they say, oh, we canceled your appointment 20 minutes ago. It's like that with the medical field right now because of the red dragon. We're afraid of getting the red dragon. Well, didn't you get your shots? Yeah, but people died from it. I'm like, okay, I have morbidities because Uncle Allan's old and sick. And they're looking at me, oh no, you'll be fine. I'm like, oh no, I'm not taking it. My last friend who took the shot, I did his funeral 2 weeks ago. I'm not taking the shot until it's okay.
Yep, I understand.
I want to be here to be annoying for most people and Congress and jury duty and everybody else that get a hold of Uncle Al.
Q Kitchen and Beyond. If Uncle Al's on my next live, that might be my question is maybe they're doing some kind of freakish experiment, question mark.
As long as they ain't cloning him.
I just want to stop peeing in cups. That makes 8 so far. Probably get another phone call. We dropped the other 2. Oh my.
Cracking me up. Y'all are great. I love this chat. This is a good one.
1 second. I got it.
Hey, Southern Ohio Prepping. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us today. I'll probably be on for another half hour, and then I'm gotta start my Friday. My husband is supposed to be on his 5-day off, but he ended up working last night, so it's going to be his 4-day off.
Suji joined.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Hey, mate.
sorry about that. Just had to take care of something outside quickly. Everything's good though.
Yeah, our dog was going ballistic because our neighbor's dog got out.
Yeah, so it's a
Uh-oh.
bit of a situation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And there's Mrs. CG in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just can't see her.
talking. I don't like being seen. It's all good.
Why not?
No, I feel so awkward now. I always worry that I
You
don't
are a
look
very
right.
pretty lady. He's hitting well above where he should be.
Right?
I appreciate that. I always feel so awkward. I don't know why.
Yeah, mate, you're batting above your average.
Thank you. I know. And also not just that, but I definitely married up intellectually, so I'm very grateful
Yeah, I
for that as
know.
well.
I
So
know.
I'm good.
She's better looking and more intelligent.
Right? I know. How lucky am I? The only thing that I really have for me going really strongly is just the fact that I love chatting to people. So
Yeah.
maybe I just chatted my way into a successful life, and I'm happy about that as well. So yeah.
You kept talking so long and didn't take a breath, and she couldn't get a chance to say no.
That's funny.
There's I'm glad she said no there, so at least it makes you feel a bit better about the situation.
Oh, Dave's
I've
here.
been listening, and then I heard all the things you guys can't say no to, and then it's I don't eat ice cream just because I don't like it. So I've never liked ice cream, and then Jared will try to get me to eat different kinds of ice cream. I've just never found one I liked. So ice cream is not an issue for me. There's
Oh, man, I wish that was the case with me. I wish I didn't like ice cream.
No, cold and sweet just don't go that well for me, or cold, sweet, and creamy, should I say?
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
I
Yep.
enjoy sorbet, which is more just frozen juice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Guys tapping me on the shoulder. Oh man, I had a shower, so my hair's wet, and I'm in one of Jared's t-shirts.
It's okay.
Not looking too fantastic, but hey.
You look
Yeah,
fine.
I'm the same way. I don't like desserts like ice cream
You
and
look
stuff.
fine.
I do like sorbet or French pastries or something like that. I like savory.
Yeah.
But a lot of my family looks at me like, Uncle Allan, you have a pickled goat's head in the refrigerator.
Ugh. No, that
What's wrong
sounds
with
awful.
What?
Over here in South
Mom.
Africa, they have something that they call a smiley.
I don't know.
No, it's a cultural food. There's nothing wrong with it. It's called a smiley. Now, some people enjoy it, but what it is it's a sheep's head. And then they cook it and they spice it and stuff. And then when I was a kid, I went to my one friend's house and she had a smiley in her fridge. And I was I'd never seen it before. And I got such a fright. It was shocking because it's just the sheep's head just chilling there, and it's got spices and everything on. It's that. It doesn't taste awful though. It tastes very much like mutton. But I suppose the appearance is kind of what throws people off of it initially.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
Yeah, like a lot of my grandnephews, when they bring their friends over to my house to get Kool-Aid out of the outside refrigerator, and all the kids are looking, your uncle's strange. There's a head in a jar floating and staring at us. I did skin it, and I did pickle it, because a lot of people don't eat goat brains on toast.
No,
South
isn't
Africa,
that how
Jared.
you get mad cow disease or something? It's by eating cow brain or something.
That's not a cow; it's a goat.
Bovine encephalitis.
Wouldn't it count? It's both mammals, and what's the difference?
Wouldn't it have to be there's actually only specific cows? There's it's an outbreak really more than
Don't eat
you know
British
what I mean?
cows.
Yeah.
Right.
So
The reason why English cows got it because they refeed the same cow its own stuff. They process the
Yeah,
remains of the cow
and the cow
into the
can't eat that. They're
cow.
not.
Yeah,
They don't eat meat like that.
it's like kawash. When you eat your relatives,
Yeah.
it goes into and
I've heard
affects their
of
brain.
that. I've
Yeah,
heard of like there was some tribe in the rainforest or something where they
New
would
Guinea.
eat their dead,
Papua
and
New
then they
Guinea.
also got like some laughing disease thing that killed them.
Oh yeah, it's
Yep.
usually like
The
women
Fozzie
and children.
Wozzies in Papua New Guinea.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you get this disease called Chang's disease.
Or kawash, or I can't. Is it kawash?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's same thing with cows. When you feed broken
Don't ask me
prions.
how I know that. I just know weird facts.
True.
It's good to know.
It's like the Chinese hopping ghosts. Nobody ever heard of them. And like, look at America. Look at TV. They're full of them. And people are looking at me like, huh? See, dogs even agree.
Give me a second. I have somebody knocking on my door. Nobody
The
would
hopping
ever enter
ghost.
my house with that.
The poodles went wild.
So, what food can't you resist, CG?
well, it's funny because I encouraged Kay to get into avocado. I tried for many
yes.
years.
I
Like,
hated avocado
for such a long time.
for
I
the
tried
longest time because my mom was like in love with them when she was pregnant with me. Avos and bananas. So I assume there's something that those two share that my mom just like craved when she was pregnant with me. So then when I was like a kid, I never ate it. It just tasted like wet grass to me. And then he would always like make issues to like he'd like make avo on toast with like the pepper and the salt and all the yummy stuff.
It's
and
so
then,
good. It's
and
really
then he'd
good.
be like, just have a bite, babe, and I'll be like, nah. And then like eventually I'll have a bite, and then like one day he was like, baby, just have a bite. Come on, it tastes really good. I really want you to enjoy it. So I take a bite. I'm like, wait, that doesn't taste the way I remember. Now he's convinced that the same thing might happen with ice cream, but I highly doubt it.
Because, even though, like, as Uncle Al was saying as well, you're also not really too big of a fan of, the regular ice cream as well. It's just I don't know. It's sometimes, the reason why I'd like her to just start enjoying it occasionally is just because it's sometimes nice to buy 2 ice creams, But she does eat sorbet. So Kay does eat sorbet, so there's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, but what food can't you resist, babe?
Oh my god, you guys! I'm so embarrassed. Okay, so this guy came to the door. There's a site here in America called chips.com, and you can like sign up for it, and they'll send you free mulch basically to your house when they get enough of it.
Nice.
People have told me that it takes weeks, it takes months, or 5 months before you'll even get them, right? I just signed up for it last week and they're already at my house.
How much
Yeah,
mulch
they're
did
probably
they
in the
drop
area
off?
doing some
They
trimming.
drop off a whole like dump truck full. So I don't know
No.
where we're gonna put it.
Yeah, you just got to find a place temporarily and make sure it's covered at the moment,
Yeah.
and then it should be good.
We're putting it in the drive. We have a backup in the front of the house, a driveway. So I'm just like, put it there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, 20 minutes later, another dump truck shows up and like, here's your chip order. And you get this mountain bigger than the house. And then your mom's looking out the window. What's wrong with those kids?
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting them to bring it that fast because I need to cancel it now because I don't want them to bring me another load. I wasn't expecting it to come that fast.
Isn't there like a sort of a schedule or something like that where they've got you on a waited like?
No.
They got you like on a waiting list, but they don't tell you when it's going to come. They just kind of, yeah.
No,
So when he knocked on the
it'd be-
door, I was surprised. I'm like, who's this guy?
It'd be when someone's doing some tree trimming in the area.
Yeah,
They've got a full truck and they go, right, who have you got around here?
yeah. That's probably exactly what happened. So I'm kind of excited though, because now I can fill my garden and stuff and keep the weeds down. That's what I wanted to do, is fill my pathways with it and stuff and keep my weeds down. And then we're going to start a food forest on the side of the house too. So we're going to put mulch and stuff down. So
Yeah,
it's exciting.
I I've always found it
Yeah.
very fascinating. There was a TED talk on the way that they had it structured was that the same way that the food forest was grown, there was somebody that had grown food forests throughout the world. I think you'd be able to find it at some point as well. But it's basically a TED talk on food forests and the way that the food forests are designed and the different levels of the canopies and essentially the infrastructure of the growth and the way that certain trees provide more, compost and shading as well for the trees down below. And it becomes its own ecosystem on a smaller basis. So it's incredible to see the way that all grows together. And then if you have the fruit forest in the right way, you can look at the complementary tree, vegetables and fruits. And if you haven't experimented with the three sisters, when it comes to vegetable gardens as well, the three sisters work in most regions throughout the world. And they're also like incredibly good at growing like together. So that's like, I think it's squash, corn, and there's a third one.
Beans.
Yeah.
Beans.
Yes, beans, yeah. So the three sisters are obviously like complementary plants as well, but it's doing that on a little bit of a larger scale when it comes to
Ginger Ninja, I can't remember. Hold on one second. I have it on my phone. Give me a second. I'll look it up for you.
Google moderator's playing up again.
Chipdrop.com. Yeah, it says getchipdrop.com. And I'll put a link in there if you guys want. It's free unless you get they drop off wood too. And they'll drop off like huge chunks of whatever trees that they just cut down. So if you don't want that, you have to sign up for just getting mulch.
Yeah, Heritage Heart, Google's taken away the link.
Oh, of course. I'll put it in there and see if they'll get rid of it. I probably will.
They always do.
1 second. Sorry, we just got one of those.
Yeah, I got one of those scam calls where it's like, push 1 now for your plants.
Oh,
yeah. We get those all the time.
Oh, no, it's awful. And then one that I get a lot, especially with my work number. So because it's for Colorado, I get a lot of this, this is an urgent message about your car's extended warranty.
Oh my God. It was so funny because during the time that this has all happened, we never got any calls like that. Like, it seems like the telemarketing calls really just, stopped.
I know.
Now, all of a sudden, things are getting a little bit better, and my mom's getting just slammed left and right with all these phone calls. But we have cell phones, so anybody that's not on my list, I can just block them. You know what I mean? But she has like a regular phone in her house because she's old and doesn't like cell phones, So she gets all the telemarketing calls.
Oh, it's terrible. And I just, like, sometimes it's just so annoying. And I can't think to myself that it's actually successful. So, like, why do they keep doing it?
Because they can get that right person. They've scammed.
It just takes that one sucker.
Yeah.
No, nobody's like gonna fall for it.
Yeah, they are.
No, not everybody has an instant defense against like scamming and that type of thing as well. Some people are
older people, particularly.
Yeah. Up at our supermarkets, they have got, do not pay anyone on the internet in shopping cards.
Yeah,
they've got that posted up on where you buy the cards.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as any phone call comes through, I'm very skeptical with regards to that. Like, I should be more skeptical regarding drop bears, but that's a different story. But, when it comes to different things, like, I'm usually skeptical when it comes to any call. If a call phones me and offers me anything.
The other day, I got a phone call. So I have this. It's almost like a little policy thing. That if you pay like a small amount into it, and then if you're like injured or in an accident or something, then they like cover all the costs. So I have that, and then they had to reconfirm like all my details, and Jared was like, no babe, you can't give out that information because here in South Africa we have an ID number, and if you give out your ID number, like, people can do a lot with that ID number.
Yeah. That's the thing here. We have social security numbers. Yeah.
And we have a tax file number.
Yeah. So our
We're-
ID number is like,
We're all
"No, babe,
numbers.
don't give your ID number. don't do that. Don't give them your year of birth and all that stuff." I'm like, "Baby, I have to. It's to make sure that, heaven forbid anything happen, we can actually go to like a private hospital and not one of the public hospitals, because our public health care is."
Yeah, I was told that the public hospitals there are not very good. I've seen actually pictures and videos and stuff of it. And
Oh, it's terrible. No,
Yeah.
so what happened was my mom, she had a medical aid. And the medical aid didn't kick in yet properly or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened. And then my mom had a strangulated hernia. And she ended up having to go into the public hospital for them to take care of it, because honestly, we just do not have the money to pay for a private hospital,
Yeah, it's super expensive.
Yeah, so we had to take my mom to the public hospital. Unfortunately, they did a great job. I must say, the doctors did a brilliant job. So that's not bad, but the nurses not nice. And the cleanliness is a massive problem. Like when I walked in to go and visit my mom the first time, when it was just like pre-op and all that, like there was literally like just blood like in the waiting room, and I was like, oh my word. And the problem is here in South Africa, it's just you can't complain about it, because they won't even like give you the time of day
Yeah.
if you complain about something like that. So I'm just like walking in there before COVID and everything with like my surgical gloves, and I'm like, I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to.
Yeah. I was watching this program, Married Abroad or whatever, and this woman is married somebody from South Africa, but there was huge issues anyway. And she was pregnant and wanted to move there. And then she realized that the issues with the private and then the public hospitals, and they were said, yeah, she's like, if we don't have any beds, you'll be having your baby in the hallway. And it's like, no joke, you'll be having your baby in the hallway. And she's just like, and it freaked her out so bad. So she moved back to America. It freaked her out,
There was a lady, they recently had a newspaper article, I'd say like last week or maybe the week before, but it was super recent.
Be careful, it's not too contentious.
Oh, no.
When it comes to news articles. That's fine.
She had to have a cesarean, and then right after her cesarean, they put her in a chair, no bed. And then in one of our other hospitals here, their laundry room can't deal with all the laundry. So at the moment, like somebody wrote into the newspaper to go in and do an investigative thing, because they're literally giving like soiled sheets to people, which is disgusting, especially if the people already can't afford like the healthcare. Like at least give them clean sheets, It's very disturbing how they treat the poor in our country.
So on this topic as well, I'll speak on it for like about, hey Dustin, how you doing?
He just woke up.
No, it's how's it out there today? Everything good?
Yeah, I got a huge pile of wood chips in my front yard now.
Yeah, I was hearing about that now. That's actually really awesome. It's definitely a system that I'd love to have around here as well, because it's a big luxury.
Yeah,
it's nice. I was pretty excited. I actually drove past them this morning on my way home, and I was thinking, man, I hope those guys aren't going to bring one to my house, because I wasn't quite ready yet. Well,
and then they did.
There they are.
Hey, Christ is answer. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Sorry I didn't say hi right away. You leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
He
to
just
see you.
found out yesterday, because he had an MRI done on his shoulder. He found out he has a torn rotator.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not
Ooh,
fun.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
So, yeah, I'm kind of scared. So, but
Hey, what's the worst that could happen?
yeah. So,
4
we'll be okay.
surgeries.
You said you've had one, Darren? You had one, right?
Yeah, I had 4 surgeries to fix mine.
Oh, Lord. I'll just keep praying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I was mentioning a little bit earlier as well about some of the hospital services and that type of thing as well, without going too deep into it. And it's basically So I had an accident, a pretty bad accident, when I was in my teens, and it was roughly around the age of 18. And when it happened, I lost a close friend of mine, and then in addition to that, he was basically a brother of mine as well. And not to go into anything morbid or anything like that, but just the conditions of the health centers as well. And then after that, when they had to take the compound the X-Specs out, which is what they call it when it joins
Okay,
the two.
you skipped a big part there. So in the accident,
You're better at telling stories. Go for it.
So so in the accident, his foot got all mangled. Like his left foot got all mangled. It was like literally basically like hanging on by a shred. And then the doctor as well, because see, that's the thing, like our public hospitals doctors are very well educated and they do a great job and everything, but it's the conditions surrounding the doctors that is the problem.
Yeah.
And then Jared had like an operation done to try and fix his ankle and everything, because like they told his mom, like, okay, so we could make this easy and just chop the foot off, or we could try and fix it. And his mom was like, please just try fix it, because Jared loves going hiking and cycling and all that good stuff, and he would be heartbroken if like he could never do that stuff again. So she said, no, try save it. And they did a good job. Like he's still got his foot. Now when the weather gets cold, he gets pain and stuff like that. And that's just one of the injuries he's got. He's like full of scars. But and then they put in this thing, it's an X-Fix, so to kind of keep it together while it's healing. And it had these two like prongs poking out of his skin like that. And then in order to, when it was finally healed up enough so that they could take it out, they just pushed the papers off a desk and popped him on the desk, and they just started screwing this like X-Fix out of his leg, like in an office.
With no local anesthetic or anything like that whatsoever. Just like a literal screwdriver connection piece. And then and I don't blame the facilities or anything like that, or not speaking bad about any facilities.
Yeah, they have no funding.
But it's a deeper situation. Yes, basically, Uncle Al has the right tool. It's essentially the same thing. And
then as soon as they pulled the like screw thing out from the X-Fix,
you want to make it family friendly, that part, because
it just popped out, and there was just like blood. Because obviously, it's like being drilled into bone and everything. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of blood. It's not that it's not family friendly. There's no imagery.
It's okay. You're fine.
Along with it. But yeah, it was really bad. And then like in order to clean it and stuff, they like had to scrub out to get the gravel out, because the way his foot like dragged on the tar, it had like stones and stuff like into flesh.
I call that road rash here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're silly enough to get another bike.
No, that wasn't a car. That's why he doesn't like cars. That was in like actually one of those small little, we call them bakkies, but they're like a little
mini pickup truck.
Yeah, like one of those tiny little ones. And it was one of those. So
it's also, regarding motorcycles, it's surprising that because I have spent so many years of mine doing deliveries, I enjoy doing pizza deliveries as well, because it got me outdoors and it got me to like be outside all the time.
And it was also a way to make money when he was younger.
And also ride motorcycles. So like I've always loved motorcycles deeply, and it was a way for me to get around. And honestly, what I've seen from a lot of cars, if traffic is really hectic and really insane in some ways, and the traffic's interweaving a lot, and you have a motorcycle, and a lot of people will disagree with me on this, because I understand that if you do fall and you're going at a high speed on a motorcycle, it is not something that it is ever advisable. It is very dangerous. But it does, because the thing is, high-speed accidents in vehicles, the people usually live, and I can't say the same for motorcycles. So what I will say, though, is that because I'm so used to riding, like the capability to move out of the way of danger inside traffic is a lot easier because you're more flexible.
Yeah, so over here in South Africa...
I don't know if Darren disagrees, though. I think Darren's like, no.
No, here in South Africa, we have people who specifically try and go for people on motorcycles. And one night we went and we had dinner with a friend of Jared's, and it was really cold, so there was no way I was riding back home on the back of a bike. So his friend's mom offered to bring me home in the car. And as we were driving on the highway, so there's this turn where there's kind of like an overpass on top it. So it's like just like one little section that's like a tunnel. And we were driving and we were just coming up to that and we saw this car speeding from behind us. And it like went for Jared and it like just clipped him. He lost his mirror on his bike, and the rubber that's on the handle came like loose from it. And then because we couldn't do anything to warn him, because if you like hoot or do anything and he looks, it's over, you know. So we just kind of had to see it. I was like, oh my word. I was just hoping that he doesn't get hurt too badly, but he didn't even fall, because see, he's been on bikes so much that he like knows how to counter certain things.
Yeah.
But
So that's a positive thing. But
I should be careful being overconfident though, because
Yes,
at the
he's
same
always very
time,
careful.
overconfidence is a big problem, and I'm definitely familiar with that. And Darren, can you give me your arguments as well? Because I'm really interested.
Very interested.
Yeah.
Mate, bike riders here, like driving down the freeway, 4 lanes of traffic, the traffic slows down to 80, they're going 100 up the splitting lanes. Someone changes lanes, they're gone.
We have people here in America that go after bikers too, and try to.
It's not anyone going after them. It's you're driving down, you know, and you're changing lanes. You check your mirror, and the bike's moving 20k faster than traffic. You don't know they're there.
Right.
Yeah, you're changing, and they haven't got the reaction time to stop because they're going down the center of the lanes illegally.
Yeah, we ride a lot. We got rid of our motorcycles because it's too dangerous.
There is defensive riding though, and that's something that I've also got to touch on, because you know, Darren, you raise a very good point. But if you ride, there's lots of different ways that you can ride. Obviously, riding when you're under the influence, or riding when you're too angry, or that you're going through an emotional stage or something like that, and you decide to take your anger out when you're riding the motorcycle. That's also very dangerous. But the thing is, in general, if you do ride, absolutely, and if you do ride when you are like when you ride, you really got to essentially envision yourself that you're a vehicle when there's too many vehicles around you. Obviously, when there aren't any cars around you, you can really enjoy the motorcycle for what it is. But it's just that, like, when you are around other traffic, you can't expect other people to obey the laws that they're supposed to and stick in their lanes and not switch lanes. And you really have to pretend that every single car is going to essentially try and take you out.
Yeah, like you got to drive like everyone else is an idiot.
So if you do that,
it's not so much everyone else breaking the laws. People on bikes here tend to get on the bike because they can get through the traffic easier. We've got high traffic in the city in peak hour.
It is a plus sometimes. Everybody does it. If you ride a bike, you will lane split sometimes.
When you're going through high-speed traffic and splitting lanes, it's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's absolutely stupid.
I got to tell people, there was a famous YouTuber a couple of years ago that got a light motorcycle. Okay, light motorcycle at kilometers, very fast, versus garbage truck. And she didn't survive. And she was taping the whole thing for her YouTube channel, how she could wobble around traffic. Okay, garbage truck, normal traffic. And she says, oh, I'll just use the walkway and cut through all the traffic and I don't have to stop. Bad thing is, garbage truck didn't see her. And light bike, not a heavy bike, a light motorcycle, garbage truck, her, and then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it dragged her it dragged her about a half a kilometer.
Yeah, no, see, that's the thing. That's why, like, if you're on a bike, you can't do stuff like that because you don't know what other people are going to do. And also, like, so my stepfather was, like, a massive biker. Like, he had been riding bikes since he was, like, 14. And my stepbrother was deeply into, like, racing and stuff like that. And he always said, like, when you're on a bike, the day you lose respect for the bike and you start thinking that you can, like, do this, like, fancy nonsense, then you sell it, because that's when bad stuff's going to happen. So you also obviously have to stick to your rules of the road, you know, as a bike. And like if you're splitting in lanes and all that stuff and something bad happens, then
Yeah, I'll be honest though. Anybody who anybody who really enjoys a motorcycle is not going to always ride coherently to what the law instructs them to do. And that's just the truth of it. Otherwise, I mean, you could essentially ride in a very safe way all the time. And I know that this is not something, I'm not trying to encourage people to ride motorcycles irresponsibly, but the problem is that it ends up being that way if you do enjoy the motorcycle. The more that you get comfortable with the bike, the more that you want to stretch it to its limits and just essentially, but otherwise, yeah.
But that's also why we're saving up for an adventure bike, because then we can drive normally like on the roads and then go have fun off-road.
Yeah, it's not made for speed.
That's where the real fun is in the first place.
Exactly, it's not like a sports bike.
I love ATVs, Like, I love four-wheelers and quads and ATVs. Those are so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, here they're allowed to split lanes under 30 kilometers an hour. So if the traffic's going below 30 kilometers an hour, they're allowed to split lanes. And for you guys, that would be about 20 mile. So if it's going slower than that, then they're allowed to split lanes. But when it's going faster than that, they're not allowed to split lanes. You know, but when traffic's going 80 or even 100 and they're splitting lanes, well,
yeah, your options are closed. Yep, you don't really have that much of a leeway. So it's funny, and it's definitely one of the most. But the primary point that I want to do as well, and something that I'm really excited about, is because I've had a motorcycle since I was about 12, 13 years old, and a very old farm bike when I was much younger, like a little small PV50, like those very original PV50s. And yeah, they're great, Uncle Al. They're so much fun. And I really enjoyed that, and I've had a motorcycle all the way since that age. I even have a bike at the moment. When I do the bit of an upgrade as well from my side to the more adventure motorcycle, I'm going to do like a video and speak about that more. But the thing is, it's just like it strangely becomes, if you ride a lot, like I know that it's a discussion that I've had between my friends and I as well. If you ride a lot and enjoy motorcycles, it really does become something that you feel in here. And like if you feel, I don't know, it sounds cheesy and cliche, but it becomes something where I don't have much connection with my father at all, and I know that he used to race like a lot as well, and he still is. He builds rat bikes, so like they're like it's funny that we have no connection whatsoever, but he builds those type of bikes. But it's just when I do ride, I feel a connection with my father and my grandfather who rode courier in the Second World War. So there's a lot of legacy behind it, and it's something where myself as somebody who loves motorcycles, I know that in every logical and rational way, it's not smart. It's not a wise thing to do. You should stick to cars because they're safer, but I don't know.
I don't know about that, Sarah. Like I've had people who have like been in horrible accidents. My aunt was almost paralyzed because she was in a massive accident and the car rolled, and then it basically like did something to her spine, and there was like a 70% chance she was never going to walk again. But then it was like a back up and everything, like they were able, and she can walk and she's fine now. But car accidents, I feel like when they crunch down on you, like in the accident that Jared was in, his friend passed away because the car crunched down on him and Jared got flung out.
Yeah, but it's not coming off a bike that's the dangerous part. It's the car behind you. It's once you come off and the car behind you goes over the top. My big accident was I was hitting the driver's side door. The other car was going 80k an hour. If I had been on a bike, I wouldn't have been crushed. I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those situations. So it is something where that's why I definitely understand that it is the more responsible and logical thing to do. And life is amazing. You should try and extend your life as much as possible. So you should really try and embrace that fact and do the more logical and rational choice of riding a vehicle. It's just for myself. Honestly, the reason why the motorcycle is going to be quite helpful is because on the channel as well, I do want to cover, I've covered a lot of survival content and that type of thing, but the true survival content that I really want to cover is outdoors. Like I really need to get like into the wilderness, and for me to be able to get there, like an adventure / dual sport motorbike is definitely much more capable of getting me into the forest, so that I can show more of the country, and so that I can show like some motor vlogging as well. But it's not going to be like high speed motor vlogging. It's going to be touring and just showing people how beautiful the country is, and doing so in like a sensible and rational
And
way.
the cool spots you can't get to with a car.
Yeah, there's
Right.
lots of those.
Our roads.
I have no problem with people who drive bikes in a sane manner. There's a reason I don't have a bike. It's because I've seen me drive a car. I got my car license and said, "You are never getting a bike."
Yeah.
I'm old. I like the air conditioning, so we'll roll up the windows, turn on the AC, and watch people on bikes sweating to death.
No, you just open the leathers up, mate.
Or you wait for it to rain, and then us people that are on motorcycles.
Oh, that's the worst. We went on a breakfast run when he had his it was a CBR 600. We went on a breakfast run, and it's like when a whole bunch of people just go and ride to like a location on their bikes, and then we have like breakfast together. So we went and did that, and on the way there, it started raining. It was sunny skies in the morning, and it was perfect and everything. And like on the way there, the wind and the rain just came up, and like everybody was soaked and unhappy, and it was awful.
Oh,
Good though, and the
wow,
coffee
it's raining hard and you're on a bike too. That hits you so hard.
stings, and like I forgot my gloves, and I was like, no, it won't be a big deal because it's a sunny day, so it's not too big a deal that I don't have my gloves. He had his, and like I'm like holding on to him. He did, but then I was like, they're very loose because they're big, so I can't hold properly. So I said, no, it's fine, I'll hold on. And as I'm like holding on like this, the rain and the wind is just like stinging my hands, and I was not going to do that again. So now, if I ever ride, no matter what the weather looks like, I'm going fully kitted out.
It's not just that as well, though. It's because it is a breakfast run, and there were like a little bit over 50 motorcycles riding together. Because I was on a sports bike, and we riding like in not right in the front, but because you're riding with other sports bikes,
you got to keep up.
You got to keep up, because obviously there's bikes behind you, and they don't expect you to all of a sudden slow down too much. So you're staying as part of that pack, and then as soon as like one of you guys starts slowing down, it can cause an accident. So we had to keep at like a pretty high speed, like consistently. And I was like, I don't know, but
yeah, because it's like 120 kilometers was like the speed limit, so that's what everyone was going.
Well,
and we couldn't slow down. Well, yeah. But it was not very pleasant on the way there. But on the way back, it was awesome, because then it was just like that rain passed, and it was just like that awesome, pretty day.
And we took a slow ride back as well, because we decided
were like, no, let's just hang in the back in case that happens again.
My husband said, just ride in a Speedo and chaps, Uncle Al.
No. Uncle Al's old.
You have to wear full leathers. You can't go.
Dustin, no one wants to see that.
Solid pair of jeans.
No
one. You cannot ride like that. I always think when I see these people wearing like T-shirts on the back of a bike, I'm like, you idiot. If you fall, you've got no skin left.
Oh, or when you see, you always see some here, I don't know about over there, but here you always see some chick in her skirt riding on the back of a Harley, with her flip-flops. I'm like, yep, you're going to get in an accident. And it's gonna.
You might look good now, but after the accident, not so much.
No,
Dustin mentioned over here as well, just riding a Speedo and chaps over here.
No. Okay, folks, I ride small bikes and ATVs and stuff. A lot of you haven't experienced this one. I used to hang around in this country, Florida. Have you seen flying cockroaches?
Oh, the June bugs?
No, I mean flying cockroaches. Oh. About this big, and you're on a bike and get...
you get nailed by one of them?
Yeah, get hit in the head wearing a helmet. And you're driving, all of a sudden, what the hell? Boom! And there's blood guts all over the visor, and you're looking around like, okay, what the hell I did hit?
Yeah, those
So
things are ugly. Palmetto bugs.
Right.
Palmetto bugs. That's what they're calling. And they're
Flying
big. Like,
cockroaches.
there's specifically when you go down there a specific time of year, even when you're driving in your car, I mean, they just splatter all over your windshield too. They're pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, we have grasshoppers that are like massive, like the size of my hand. And
We have drop
the
bears.
same thing happens. I know. See? Darren's got the drop bears back.
yeah, I'm a little bit more wary of those than I am the grasshoppers. Grasshoppers. No, so Uncle Al, you were saying about a small. Oh, hey, by the way, welcome. Let me just sorry, I haven't checked chat log for a while. I should have done that because I try and switch between as well occasionally, but it's just always sometimes it's very delayed by like at least a minute or two, so I can't always catch up. But I wanted to say those 50 Uncle Al, those 50 cc's and those 80 cc's as well, like your smaller bikes. The fact that what people do, quite a lot of people, is they'll take your smaller cc bikes and they'll go on incredibly long adventures with them because the parts are easy to replace.
Tour the world or something.
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
I'm a big fan of what they do with those because even if somebody, if somebody's new to motorcycles as well, they could say, what's the point of a 50cc or what's the point of a 125? But the thing is, it's such a light motorcycle that you can literally, if you've got two people with you, you can carry it over places. You can have it on the back of sometimes if you're going very far, you'll come to rivers that have what are those, the rafts? What is it called again?
Yes. Those ferries.
The ferries, yeah, like a regular ferry. And you can put that on a ferry.
Jared's cousin is at the moment, he's teaching in Vietnam. And he sent us a photo of this guy with one of those little scooters with a washing machine on the back. And it just blew my mind.
A really big washing machine. And it wasn't just
a massive thing on this bike.
And it wasn't. It's not just a random photo either. It's a photo
it's a common occurrence.
Where he basically took the photo himself. So it's not a photo imported from somewhere else. It's a photo of him just showing. But I think it's basically a version. I love the fact that they have motorcycles so much there in Vietnam. I think that's beautiful.
I think it's amazing what they can carry on those things because I've seen
I've seen pictures of people driving down the road with goats on them or or something livestock.
3 people sitting on holding a ladder with their necks.
There's really no, because what happens is if you live in that in that traffic culture for long enough, the way that the traffic flows together is also incredible because everybody's synchronized to know exactly when to make the right choices, and there's very few accidents considering how many people are actually riding. So it's really beautiful because what he'll do sometimes as well is he'll ride down the roads in Vietnam and he'll show us what the other traffic looks like with all the motorcycles.
And they're ants where they just never car crashes.
They're so coordinated that it's the same. It's really art. It's an art form in a way if you view it in that way. It's incredible.
Also, Vietnam has one problem. Do you see the liter of gas in Vietnam and you're like, because the cost there is worse than South Africa or Australia for a liter of gas. That's why everybody drives a mini bike or motorcycle or a scooter because it's cheaper and you haul everything. You haul the wife and kids to church. You haul your farm animals. You have your store. I seen one guy haul a freezer in back of a scooter. And it's like, okay, that's bigger than the scooter. And he had it perfectly balanced. And he's doing 40 miles an hour down the road. And I'm looking at great. Don't they have trucks? Trucks are expensive. The only persons that run is the government and big corporation because a liter of gas is 5 to 6 times more than Australia and South Africa.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this off, dude. Because I'm tired. I didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. last night for my last live. I woke up this morning and did a live here at 11. So I'm pretty tired.
Really tired at this point.
Yeah.
11. You don't normally get up before 12.
Well, this is a part of my accountability. I'm trying to wake up early. Typically, I don't wake up till noon or 1 o'clock, but it's been rough.
No, I know that you guys were up very late last night as well, because over here in South Africa, when I started to do my work, it was about like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I started with work, and then I just went on to put on a playlist on YouTube. And then when I did that, I saw you guys were still live, and I was contemplating joining. But the thing is, I know that it was like very late for you guys as well. And then if I got stuck into a stream, time goes by so quickly, and then I miss a day of work because of not, sticking to my responsibilities. But anyway, thank you for the chat, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Well, me and my husband, we love you guys. You guys are great, and we'll have to do the stream with the both of us soon, and we'll get that underway because we love you guys, and we love you too, Darren.
Oh, thank you.
Knuckle out.
But
yeah,
Uncle
we'll
Al,
have to get it.
thank you for everything.
Hey, CG. CG, just quickly,
Yes.
don't forget your final
Sunday.
weight video. Your final weight video.
My final weight video.
Yes.
I did that one already.
Did you?
Yeah, I did the primary.
I should watch your videos.
Because so we had quite a few tomato plants that were coming up, and for some reason, even while they're green, we've just got like these little hohos, little bugs.
Yeah, but we do have a whole bunch. I could actually do one additional weigh-in video before the end of the weekend as well, because there is quite a lot of tomatoes that are growing pretty well right now, and a couple of extra butternuts that are out there. So let me actually get on top of that. And I know that we're going to be chatting on Sunday. So there's a bit of a one for us as well. But anyway, thank you, everybody, and enjoy your weekend if I don't chat to you again.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody in the chat. You have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.